Hey, I'm back with another journaling video, and this one is going to be about handwriting. So I kind of came up with this idea during my last video when I was talking about hand lettering and just sort of what I do, I guess, with hand lettering. But I'm going to talk about handwriting because I get compliments on my handwriting. And people saying, oh, your handwriting is so nice. These are usually people that I'm physically showing my journals to. And I think that's a nice thing for them to say, but I don't think my handwriting is spectacular or any different than the average person's handwriting. The difference between my handwriting and the people who are complimenting me is that I write a lot. So I think anybody's handwriting can be anything that they want it to be. But just like with hand lettering, you just have to practice a lot. So, and when I say practice, I don't mean like practicing the letter H over and over again. How boring, right? I mean just writing. So, and I think that with the regular practice of writing, our handwriting evolves and just naturally becomes better, I think. So, I mean, there are obviously a lot of differing opinions on this, but that's been my experience. And every video that I share, my suggestions, they're all just my opinions, right? I don't think that there probably is expert handwriters, but I don't know any of them. So first I'm going to show you my handwriting, of course, not in the beginning, but in the beginning of my journaling journey. So this was a book that I had filled. I have shown this before, and this was when I was just filling up little blurbs. So my handwriting here is print. I mostly do print. Actually, what I do now is more of a combination of print and cursive. Here's a close-up. 2019, so we're going on almost, well, it's definitely 5 years ago. So, 5 years-ish ago. And I want to say, I don't know at what point between 2019, the end of 2019, and the beginning of 2025 that I got into this book, but I did want to share it. So I purchased, this book didn't come like this. This was the Getty-Dubay way of writing that I think I bought it on Amazon, or I bought it from a bookstore. And I got it for my kids to help them with their handwriting. And I was intrigued by it. And I kind of broke it up into parts. And so part 1, part 2, there may be a part 3. I think there is a part 3. I don't know if there is or not. But anyway, I read this book. I wish I had the whole thing to show you, but I don't. So I read this book and I liked what it had to say. And if you're interested, you can of course read the background on the method or whatever. But these people came up with this way of handwriting. So they transitioned to what they call the cursive italic. So it's kind of like print and cursive mixed together. So not your traditional, and I say traditional, I shouldn't say that. I am in my 40s, so the cursive that I was taught in 3rd grade looks a lot different than this cursive. And these people claim that it's just an easier way to write, an easier way to learn cursive, I guess. It's been around a long time. This was printed in 2016. Oh, and the name of the book is called Write, W-R-I-T-E, Now, Right Now, Getty-Dubay. I think you could probably even Google Getty-Dubay and get examples online. So I started working through part 1, and this is my handwriting. And it was big, so as they taught how to form the letters, it was real big. So this kind of felt silly to me because, I'm an adult, I've been writing for a very long time. But I did go ahead and practice just some basic letter formation with this. And then the pages got small, or the print got smaller, and they talked about capital letters. I think they might have even, they talked about other symbols. And I stopped practicing. I think I was like, oh, okay, I get it. And then here is a page on handwriting tips. So So here's an example. It says the cursive handwriting many of us learned in school has loops in ascenders and descenders that often cause illegibility. So, and they use the example of hill and fill and this looped cursive. This is what I was taught. But then the cursive italic, it says, as you learn cursive italic, begin eliminating the loops in the ascenders and descenders of your own handwriting if you currently use them. And so I kind of do that now. So then I moved on over to the Getty-Dubay cursive italic, and this really spoke to me. I liked the way the letters looked. Like for instance, this is my son's name, but look at the L. I love it. Oh, I could probably get back into this for a little more like reminder, but I filled in these pages. I don't want to bore you with all that. But anyway, I'll show you my progression because, you know, I don't use that as like the end all be all. I don't go back to that and say, oh, how am I supposed to form a certain letter? But I did practice it, and I began to practice. There was a few takeaways in that I brought into my own handwriting. So I'm going to open up my current journal, which you're probably all tiring of seeing. Okay, now here's an example, and I just want you to look at my handwriting and how it's progressed. So, so it has changed a lot, actually. It's gotten neater. This is cursive. And I'll just show you a little bit of how I do that. I have some paper and my obnoxious lap desk gives me a surface to write on. So I'm just going to show you a few letters that I'm going to write here and show you how nice handwriting can just be, it can be simple. This is a unique way of writing E's that the Getty-Dubay method talks about. This is another thing. The T's have this little loop on it, and as opposed to just being a straight T like that. The lowercase t's have this curve to the bottom so that it doesn't look like a plus sign. Some things that can help your handwriting look nicer are if you have a lined or a dot grid or some to keep your handwriting from curving downwards. And then I wanted to show you as well, I got this Midori Hibino, and I bought it because somebody was asking me to make a leather cover for it, which I did. It was very satisfying, I will tell you, extremely satisfying because the cover just fit it. Oh, and this is just such a lovely little book. I've been eyeing it. Let me get rid of this ugly thing. I've been eyeing this for quite some time, but I never took the plunge. It's got calendar pages in the beginning, and then it has 2 days per page. But because it has Tomo River paper in it and not Midori paper, like what I think of when I think of Midori paper. So I didn't really know what on earth I was going to do on these 2 pages, so I never did get it. And I'm also, you probably know by now, I'm not a small planner girl. So I bought it though for this lady, and then for any other customers that want me to make them, I now have the pattern. And the reason I like to have the book when I make the leather cover is because I can get a real good fit on it, and then I know that it fits your book. And here is, I decided that I was going to try and use this, and instead of letting the year go by and this book going to waste, even though I'm kind of a one planner girl, like a one book girl when it comes to planners and journals, I decided I didn't want this year to go by without using this pretty expensive little book. So I've decided that I'm going to keep track of like health related things. And it kind of goes against what I've said in the past where I've talked about using my journal like as an all-in-one. So putting everything in here, and that is still true. But I'm pretty sure that future generations don't want to hear about how much I weighed and whether I did intermittent fasting and what I ate for the day. So, I mean, normally I would just put it in my journal, but I happen to have this, so I thought I might just try. It's going to totally be a fail, I know that. And I hate to say negative things before I even get into it, but it's probably going to be a fail. I just know myself. So I opened it up and I started writing in it, and what I wrote is not really what I want to show you, but how I wrote. So I even took my little handwriting and made it, I didn't fit it into the one of those little grids. They're really, really small, but I fit it into two. And it just is neat and tidy. Neat and tidy. I mean, you can read what I wrote. I don't care. So with handwriting, you just have to develop the practice of, well, the practice of practice, the habit of practice. And eventually your handwriting will get neat and tidy. And you can make all kinds of different little letters any way you want. I would say if you really like having, you see somebody's style of writing and you really think it's neat. I'm actually thinking of Sam Plans, and she may think I don't know what she would think about it when she hears this, but I think her handwriting is so cute. Like, her little letters are so cute. So, if you see something like that, then just practice that letter over and over that way. So every time you're writing, as you're journaling, try to remind your brain, oh no, I'm going to make a letter that way. And just kind of sort of get used to it. It's like these E's. I had to get used to making my E's like this. But now it comes naturally. My E's, I'm sorry, my camera's shaking. My E's just look like that. I don't really have much else to say about that. I was going to show a little more of my writing, but I think that's kind of boring. I just kind of wanted to answer the question, how to make your handwriting look better. So, or kind of respond to the comment, you have such nice handwriting. I really don't have handwriting that's any nicer than anybody else's. I think to make it look nice is just consistency with your letters, keeping straight lines. And then again, I think one of the things that adds variety to your page is white space. So allowing for some white space here and there. I don't know. I think that's all I got to say. Thank you for watching. I'm just going to write a little bit in my journal. This was yesterday, and today's the last day of February. So I'm going to use this Crayola Super Tip, and I'm going to hand letter February. It's the last day of February 2025. So I have to pick out, I've decided that I'm going to kind of do a theme for March. I'm going to pick out like colors, and I'm a member or a supporter or whatever of the Cat Collage Co., where I get these cute little stickers, and they are not stickers. They aren't stickers. They're art that's created, and I can't say her name, but she is just a pleasure to watch on YouTube, and she creates this little art around cats. And you've seen that I'm a cat girl. Like, I love my Winston, and so I get this art from her. It's so cute, and I print it. Look at that, a cat with a fountain pen. So most of the time I print it on my Cricut, and she hasn't come out with her stickers yet. It's last day of the month, and she said tomorrow they come out. So I don't really want to pick my color theme until I see what her color theme is for her stickers, and if I can somehow be inspired to, I don't know, come up with something fun. So I'm going to cursive Friday. Now, this goes against what I just said about my curly cues or my loops that Getty-Dubay says. But when I do fancier script, I guess, I do go ahead and add some loops. So I'm going to just journal for a minute. I haven't done it yet, but I think on this video I might try to add a little music, but I'm just gonna journal about my morning so far. Okay, and this video is all over the place, but I'm going to talk just a second about these two pens. So it's no, if you know me especially, it's no surprise when I say I'm a fountain pen enthusiast. And I've done a video on that, and I've talked about them in other videos, but I always need to have a nice gel pen in my life, and that's what these two guys are. And I adore these pens, like with my whole heart. So this one is they're both Kaweco, actually. They're both Kawecos. And this is a Kaweco Dia 2. And I say they're both Kawecos with a little bit of surprise in my voice because that wasn't intentional. It wasn't like I got this pen because it was a Kaweco, and I love this pen so much, so I got this Kaweco as well. That's not at all how that happened. So I love Pilot G2s. Love them a lot. And I used to really be into the blue ink, but now I kind of stick with black. So I went on to jetpens.com and I searched by this. So I searched up this refill, and then they have that little tab. You kind of have to look for it, but there's a little tab under each product that says compatible products, I believe. And I clicked on that, and this pen body showed up. And I don't know, I looked at it for a while. I think it was like $100. So it was kind of like, wow, I'm gonna buy that pen body for $100. And I did. I bought one for myself and I bought one for my friend. And it's got nice weight to it. It takes this G2 refill, so it's elegant. I adore this pen. So was it worth $100? You could probably argue no, because you know, you can just go get a G2, but I love it. So I don't want to get rid of it, and I certainly don't want to lose it. And if I did lose it, I would replace it. So it comes with, unfortunately, well, fortunately, actually, it just comes in black with gold or with silver. So I really like gold accents. And honestly, it's a good thing this doesn't have a bunch of different colored pen bodies. I probably would have them all. Well, not probably, I would. And the next thing was, I was just intrigued by this brass pen by Kaweco, and it's this little pocket pen, and I just like the looks of it. So I found one on Amazon, actually, and I purchased two of them as well. I bought one for me and one for my son, who admired my pen. And if you admire pens in my house, you typically get one, because I love to share, well, I love to share my enthusiasm. And so if anybody says, hey, I like your pen, they'll probably get one. And that's what happened with my son. So I got this one, and it's a really heavy pen. Can't tell you specifics. Definitely heavier than this one, this brass body. I kind of wanted the bronze, but I don't need the bronze, but I don't know. I do look at it. It's awfully pretty. And I put this Uni Jetstream, I think I put 0.5 in here. I think that's what I got for my son too, 0.5. And again, Jet Pens hooked me up with what refill would go in this. So thank you, Jet Pens. And they are both lovely. This one I carry with my planner. This is my planner guy, my planner pen. And this one is just around for when I decide I don't want, like today, I don't want to journal with a fountain pen. You know, I'm kind of sick of you fountain pens. So this Pilot G2 is, oh, it's just my old reliable. Anyway, that is it. My little video went everywhere, but it was a handwriting video, and you can't really write without a pen. So I just thought I'd add that in there. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you think in the comments. Also, I am a growing channel, so if you have ideas for other journaling videos or any questions about any of my work, like with my leather working or anything, please just reach out, and I'm totally open to some new ideas. Thank you.